Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to English with Nagami. I am so happy you are here with us today. It is a beautiful morning here in New York City. We've got our hot coffee, the sun is shining through the studio window, and I am joined by my favorite person to talk English with. Helen, how are you feeling today?
I am doing fantastic, Eva. Thanks for having me. There is something about a New York morning, right? The city's waking up, the coffee is fresh, and I honestly couldn't ask for a better setting to record this episode. I'm feeling really energized. How about you?
I'm feeling the same. I was walking to the studio earlier and I saw so many people on the subway, in the coffee shops, walking their dogs. It got me thinking about something that I think all of our listeners deal with, that feeling of wanting to say something to someone, but, just freezing up.
That is such a classic feeling. That frozen brain moment. It happens to everyone, even native speakers sometimes. You see someone, you think, I want to say something nice or I want to ask a question, but then nothing. The brain just stops, right?
Exactly. It's like the words are right there behind your teeth, but they just won't come out. It's scary, especially if you're learning a new language. You worry about grammar, you worry about your accent, you worry if they'll understand you. Helen, do you think people actually want to talk to strangers?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it, Eva? I think the answer is a big, resounding yes. Most people are actually quite lonely or just bored. We're all living our lives, moving from point A to point B. When someone breaks the silence with a genuine, friendly comment, it usually makes the other person's day better. It adds a little bit of color to their routine.
I love that. Adding color to the routine. That's beautiful. So today, we're tackling this head on. We're talking about how to talk to anyone in English. We have 5 simple tips that are going to take you from scared and silent to confident and conversational.
5 simple tips. And I promise, guys, these aren't grammar drills. These are life hacks for human connection. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present.
And before we dive in, a quick reminder to our lovely listeners. If you enjoy these conversations, please hit that like button, subscribe to English with Nagami, and maybe leave us a comment. It helps the podcast grow, and it tells us what you want to hear more of. We read every single comment.
We really do. We love the community we're building here. All right, Eva, are you ready to fight the silence?
I am so ready. Let's do it. Tip number 1.
Tip number 1, the smile start.
The Smile Start. I love that name. It sounds so friendly. What exactly is it?
It sounds simple because it is simple, but it is incredibly powerful. Before you open your mouth to say a single word, you have to lead with a smile. Think about it, Eva. When you see someone walking toward you and they're looking down or look serious, are you going to approach them?
Probably not. I might even move a little further away. It's intimidating.
Exactly. But if someone catches your eye and gives you a genuine warm smile, you immediately feel safe. Your brain sends a signal that says, this person is okay, they are friendly. A smile is a universal language. It doesn't need a vocabulary list.
That makes so much sense. So the smile is the green light for the conversation?
Precisely. It's the green light. You smile and then you say one simple word, hi, hello, or hey. That's it. You don't need a fancy introduction. You don't need to worry about complex sentence structures. Just smile and say hi.
But Helen, what if, and this is what everyone is worried about, what if they don't smile back? What if they look at me like I'm crazy?
I'm glad you brought that up, Eva. And here's the reality check. If they don't smile back, it is almost never about you. Maybe they had a rough morning. Maybe they're stressed about a meeting. Maybe they're just deep in thought. It's not a rejection of you, it's just their current mood.
That's such a healthy way to look at it. Don't take it personally. Just move on.
Exactly. You tried, you were kind, and if it wasn't the right time for them, you just keep going. But, and this is the good part, most of the time, they will smile back. Human beings are social creatures. We have these things called mirror neurons. When you smile at someone, their brain actually tells them to smile back. It's almost automatic.
I love that. So I'm at the grocery store, I'm in line, I look at the person next to me, I smile, and I say hi.
That's it. You've already done the hardest part. You've broken the barrier. You're no longer a stranger in the shadows. You're a person.
Okay, tip 1, the smile start. I'm definitely going to practice that today. What's tip number 2?
Tip number 2, the easy question.
The easy question. Okay, I've smiled, I've said hi. Now what? Do I ask them what they do for a living or where they're from?
No, no, no. Stop right there. Keep it low pressure. You don't want to ask deep, complicated questions that make people feel like they're being interviewed. You want an easy question, something that requires a simple answer.
Like what? Give me some examples, Helen.
Think about context. If you're at a bus stop, you can say, "Is this bus usually on time?" Or, "It's really cold out here, isn't it?" If you're in a coffee shop, you could ask, "That coffee smells great. What are you drinking?"
Oh, I see. You're just pointing out something that you're both experiencing?
Exactly. It's a shared experience. You aren't asking them about their life story. You're asking about the environment you're both in. It's safe, it's relevant, and it's very easy to answer. Yes, it is cold, or it's a latte, it's really good.
That takes all the pressure off. I don't have to be interesting. I just have to be observant.
That is the secret. You are observant. And here's a tip inside the tip. People love to share their opinions on small, trivial things. Ask about their bag, their book, or the food they're eating. That book looks interesting. Have you read it before? Or nice shoes. Where did you get them? People love talking about their choices.
That's such a great point. It makes the other person feel noticed, right?
It really does. It's a compliment and a question wrapped in one. It makes people feel good. And remember, keep the questions open enough that they can answer, but simple enough that they don't have to think hard.
I love it. Okay, tip 1 is smile start. Tip 2 is the easy question. We are building a conversation. What about tip 3?
Tip 3, talk about what you see.
Wait, isn't that similar to the easy question?
It is related, but it's a bit broader. The easy question is asking for a response. Talking about what you see is more like making an observation. It's a way to keep the conversation flowing if there's a quiet moment.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you're waiting in a long line at a store. Instead of staring at your phone, you look around and say, "Wow, this place is really busy today, isn't it?" Or, "I love the music they're playing in here."
So you're just stating a fact or a feeling about the environment.
Yes, you are narrating the world, and it gives the other person a chance to agree with you. If you say, "I love this music," they can say, "Me too, it's very relaxing," or, "Oh, really? I find it a bit loud." Either way, you're talking. You started a dialogue.
It's so much less stressful than trying to come up with a clever topic.
Absolutely. You don't need to be clever. You just need to be present. Look around. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? The park looks so beautiful today. Or the line for this coffee is so long, but it's worth it.
That's a really safe way to connect. There's no risk because you're not talking about anything controversial or personal.
Exactly. Safe is the key word. You're building trust. You're showing that you are a friendly, observant person. You're not a threat. You're just a neighbor or a fellow passenger or a fellow shopper.
I feel like I'm already getting better at this just by talking to you, Helen.
See, you're doing it right now. We are talking about the environment of our conversation. It's natural.
Okay, I love it. Tip 1, smile. Tip 2, easy question. Tip 3, talk about what you see. Now for tip 4, I think this is the one our listeners will love the most. The magic words.
Ah, the magic words. My absolute favorite.
What are they?
They are 6 words that change everything. I am still learning English.
That's it? That's the magic?
That is the magic. Eva, people are so much kinder than you think. When you tell someone, "Hey, I'm still learning," their whole attitude changes. They slow down their speech, they use simpler words, they become a teacher, a friend, a guide.
It's like a get out of jail free card, right?
It is. It removes the fear of making a mistake because now you expect to make a mistake. And guess what? They expect it too. You have set the stage. You've let them know that you're a learner, and they will respect you for trying to communicate in a language that isn't your first.
That is so powerful. I think so many learners are afraid of sounding stupid, but when you say those 6 words, you aren't stupid. You're brave. You're learning.
Exactly. Learning a second language is a sign of intelligence and dedication. Nobody laughs at that. People admire that. When you say, "I'm still learning English, so I might need a second to find the right word," they will wait for you. They will be patient.
I think I need to use this more often.
Even when I'm feeling confident, just saying it early on helps me relax.
It's like a safety net. Keep it in your back pocket. Anytime you feel stuck, anytime you forget a word, just say, "Sorry, I'm still learning English," and then take a deep breath. It keeps the pressure off.
I am still learning English. Everyone write that down. Such a simple phrase with such a big impact.
It really is. It changes the dynamic from "I'm being tested" to "we are connecting."
Okay, we've made it to the final tip. Tip number 5, the nice goodbye.
Yes, the nice goodbye. You know, Eva, many people get so worried about starting a conversation that they completely forget how to end one.
They just walk away?
Yeah, they just kind of fade out or walk away without saying anything. And that can feel a bit awkward, right? A good conversation needs a good ending. It's like the period at the end of a sentence.
What's the best way to end it?
Keep it warm, keep it simple. "It was really nice talking to you," or "have a great rest of your day," or "I hope you have a lovely afternoon."
That feels so polite. Does it make the other person feel good?
It does. It tells them, "I enjoyed this moment with you." And who doesn't want to hear that? It leaves a positive memory of the interaction.
And it makes it more likely that if you see them again, they'll want to talk to you again, right?
Exactly. You've left the door open. You've established yourself as a warm, kind person. And if you're feeling extra brave, add a little wave. A small, friendly wave goes a long way.
Nice talking to you, and a little wave. I can do that. That sounds like a perfect closing.
And it really completes the circle. You started with a smile, you had an easy, low-pressure conversation, and you ended with kindness. That's a successful interaction, no matter how short it was.
I love that. So let's recap for our listeners. We have 5 steps. 1, the smile start. 2, the easy question. 3, talk about what you see. 4, the magic words, "I'm still learning English." And 5, the nice goodbye.
Perfect summary. 5 steps to turning silence into connection.
Helen, I feel like we need to do a little role play. Let's show them what this looks like in real life. I'll be a learner, and you be the person I meet at a park bench.
I love it. Okay, I'm sitting on a park bench looking at the trees. You come and sit down next to me. Go.
Hi.
Hi there. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's beautiful. I love how green the trees are.
They really are. It's my favorite time of year. Do you come to this park often?
Sometimes, not every day. It's so quiet here. I really like it. Actually, sorry, I'm still learning English, so I might speak a little slowly.
Oh, no need to apologize. Your English is great. I understood you perfectly.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. What are you reading?
Oh, just a mystery novel. I'm trying to finish it before the weekend.
That sounds fun. I hope you enjoy it. Well, I should get going. I have to meet a friend soon. It was really nice talking to you.
It was a pleasure meeting you too. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
That was so easy, and it felt so natural.
See, you did it. You used every single tip. You smiled, you made an observation about the trees, you used the magic words, and you ended with a nice goodbye. And look, the conversation was effortless.
It really was. I wasn't worried about my grammar. I was just focused on being friendly. That is the key, isn't it?
Exactly. Focus on the person, not the language. The language is just a tool to help you connect. When your heart is in the right place, the words will find their way out.
That is such a beautiful thought. Focus on the person, not the language. I think that's the best advice we've given all day.
I hope our listeners take that to heart. You don't need to be a linguist to talk to people. You just need to be human.
Helen, thank you so much for this. I feel so much more confident now, and I think our listeners do too.
My pleasure, Eva. It's always my favorite time of the week.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We talked about how to talk to anyone in English, how to break the ice, and how to stay kind and calm.
And remember, no more silence. The next time you're at a coffee shop or a park, just try the smile start. See what happens.
Yes, and please, we want to hear from you. Leave us a comment below. Which of these 5 tips are you going to try first? Are you a smile starter, or are you going to use the magic words? Tell us in the comments.
We can't wait to read your stories.
Thank you for listening to English with Nak Mai. Don't forget to subscribe, share this with a friend, and keep practicing. Every conversation you have is a step forward.
See you next time, everyone. Keep shining.
Bye-bye.